Hi, it's Gaye Perks and I'm going to do some standing Pilates just for your core. Not going to take very long, but something that you could do a couple of times a day, hopefully, just to help you strengthen if you don't want to do Pilates on the floor or the mat. So I'm just going to place this so hopefully you can see me. Wonderful technology. Great. So, just so you've got a little bit of room if you need it. And I have got a chair for balance. So if you need to do this somewhere where you want the security of something you can hold on to, then that's absolutely fine. Just find a chair, or maybe do it in the kitchen at a worktop, or something solid that's not going to move. So that's there if you need it. So all you're going to do first of all is just find a space, stand with your feet shoulder distance apart, then turn the toes out and bring the heels together. Standing tall, I want you to imagine you're pulling up a string all the way through the body, through the top of the head, and lengthening your spine to the ceiling. So from there, you're now going to take those feet out, so they're facing forward, but they're underneath your hips. Shoulders relaxed, drawn back and round, with your chin on a shelf and this long spine. So from here, what I want you to do, just slowly to breathe in and bring the arms up to shoulder height, and as you breathe out, open those arms away. Breathe in, bring them together. And as you breathe out, expand the chest, open it wide, but keep the spine long. So you're trying to keep your spine completely still while you're doing this. We're just opening and closing. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing the arms down, take one arm round, breathe normally, just follow the arm of the head. Starting to turn through the waist as well. So you're going to alternate those arms and you're just going to slowly turn with as little movement in the hips as possible, but there will be a little bit of movement there. Just breathing normally. Shoulders relaxed and rotating. Spine stays long. And then with those shoulders set back and down, bring the arms up to a surrender position. Let the shoulders settle. Breathe in, bring the hands towards each other. And as you breathe out, open the chest, shoulder blades back and drawn down. So breathing in and breathing out. Now while you're doing these exercises with the arms moving, you've got that long spine and you're still trying to pull up inside, belly button to backbone. So you're staying zipped and hollowed, but you're not holding your breath at all. You're just standing tall with control. If you do about 6 to 8 of these, that'll be perfect. Relax those arms, roll those shoulders again. From here, you're going to breathe and bring the arms up in front of you. Breathe out, press them down. And we're going to start to lift up onto your toes. So slowly breathing in, lifting up, breathing out as you lower. So breathing in as you lift onto the toes, and breathing out as you come back down. Lifting through, keeping the spine long, keeping the shoulders relaxed. So just lengthen and then lower back down. So as you're moving through onto the balls of the feet, try and put your body weight into the big toe and then back down to the heel. So just float as you breathe in, breathe out as you lower. And this time you're going to breathe and lift onto the balls of the feet and stay there. As you breathe out, open the chest. As you breathe in, close. As you breathe out, lower down to the floor. So you'll breathe and lift. You breathe out and open. Breathe in and close. Breathe out and lower. If you don't feel safe, you can do that same exercise just with the support of something. So you'll breathe in and lift onto the toes, but you'll only open one arm. Come back down and then lower. Or you can just leave the arms by your side and breathe in and lift, hold, and breathe out and lower. But ideally, you'll do it without support. You'll breathe in, lift up, you'll stay. You'll breathe out and open. You'll breathe in and close, and you'll breathe out and you'll lower. So floating, holding straight, staying strong, back to the centre, and then down. shoulders relaxed. Now the next one is standing on one leg. So again, if you need support, that's perfectly fine. You're going to stand on the leg that's nearest to support if you're holding onto it, or if you're doing it without, then it doesn't matter which leg you start with. So we're going to take the opposite leg up, so the knee is parallel with the hip. And then we're just gently going to take that foot back to the floor again. So you're just going to breathe in and lift, and breathe out and lower. I'm just going to move the chair out of the way. You can pop your hands on your hips if it helps. You breathe in and lift, you breathe out and lower. So as you're lifting the thigh bone in the hip socket, trying to keep the pelvis as still as possible. Obviously trying to keep those tummy muscles strong and working as well. So you breathe in, you lift, you breathe out and lower. So ideally the knee comes up, level with the hip, and then back down again. So breathing in to lift, breathing out and lower. And when you've done 8 on one side, do exactly the same on the other. If you need to change position because of support, then that's fine. You just do what's comfortable for you, where you feel safe. So again, you're breathing in, the knees parallel with the hip, you're breathing out as you lower. You're trying to keep this part of your body quite stable, belly button to backbone, nice long spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. Now the next one, and this is very good for your core, is to breathe and lift the knee up. But as you breathe out, press the leg behind you and then come back up and press the foot down. So if you want support, it's there. You lift, you press, you come back up, you lower. So you lift, you press, come back up and lower. Now ideally you're going to end up, make sure I don't hit anything, you're going to breathe and lift, and as you breathe out and press, your arms extend and you press away. Come back up to the centre and lower down. I'll try that again. This is not the biggest room. So lifting tall, pressing away, lifting tall, lowering down. I'm going to make sure I don't kick anything. So you breathe and lift, you breathe out, extend and lengthen, breathe in, lift, breathe out and lower. I think there's more room here. Try again. So lift up, press away. Oh, I can touch both sides of the wall. Back in and down. So you do need a bit of space for this one. Lift, press, lift and lower. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, just lift and press and start to get a little bit more movement from the hip there. So as you come up, you'll press away and you'll take the body over. Ultimately, you'll get to a point where you bring the hips square, going back up and back down. So play with that one, see how it feels. You do need enough room to be able to extend the arms and legs. So ideally you are going to go into that full position, but you can vary it using the support of a chair. Starting small with just the knee lift, ending up with a full extension and then making sure the hips stay facing the floor. So another really good one for your core is standing tall, again holding support if you need it, lifting one leg up and then just opening and closing and lowering. So ideally pop that foot on the inside of the knee. So we're just going to hold it there and then you're going to bring the leg in and take the leg away. So this is like when you're lying on the floor doing the clam. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. If you don't feel safe like that, you can just lift the knee, hinge the whole of the thigh out and then bring it back in and down. Or try to keep the foot there so you've got the stability of the leg opening and closing. So again, you need to do both sides. So you can either lift the knee, just open it and close it and lower it, or you can place the foot onto the inside of the knee, open and close. So this is going to help you to work on your balance at the same time. Then, taking your feet quite wide, I now want you to have your feet facing the corners of the room. We're going to come down into a half squat. You might need to take your feet a little bit wider so you can just hang on those hips. Shoulders relaxed, nice long spine. From here, bring the hands round to the back of the head. Open the chest and the shoulders are drawn back and down. Breathe in, slowly lean to the side. Breathe out, reach through. Breathe in, come back, and breathe out and lift up. So we're going to breathe in as we go over. Breathe out as we reach away. Breathe in and breathe out. So you're going to go over as where you're comfortable. Extend through. Bring that hand back and come up nice and tall. So again, if you can do 8 up to 10, then that should start to make a difference with your core muscles. Keeping stable all the time. So thinking about keeping those hips fixed and stable as the movement comes from the upper body with this one. So your breath in, your breath out and reach. Breath in, breath out, return. We're going to do exactly the same to the side. So you go over, you extend, you come back to the centre and you lift. These legs, try and relax the thighs, but just stay hanging on the hips almost. So you've got a nice long spine. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathe out as you return. If that feels really easy, you can always go a little bit lower if you want to and hang right down into the hip flexors. Now this might feel tight. If it does, just find a position that's comfortable for you. So lean, reach, come back and come back to the centre. Imagine that your spine is against the wall though, so you're not trying to twist or come forwards, you're going over to the side, leaning to the side with the hand, back to the centre and returning. So keeping the spine long, keeping everything straight and strong and just flexing as the spine comes that way and back. So from the side, ideally, you're going straight across, leaning, coming back up and return. Rather than twisting and reaching forward, you want to be in the centre, sit tall, lean, reach, back, and you're there. So that's another really good one that's good for your core and particularly around your waist. So now the next one that's quite good for you to do in standing, if you don't want to do it lying on the floor, is to just bring your hands back to the ears with the shoulders relaxed. Bring your elbows in, and I'll show this from the side. You're just going to curl as if you're curling over a bar. And then uncurl and come back up tall. So the movement is here in the upper ribs. You're curling over the bar and you're coming back out of it. Now while you're doing this upper body movement, this part of the body should be still and you're staying in a neutral pelvis. So your belly button's into your backbone and this should be rigid, pulling it in here, opening out the lower back as the upper back curls over and then come back to standing. So try and make sure you don't let the whole back go. It's upper spine, shoulders back and down and then elbows in and then curling over, bringing those top ribs towards the bottom of the hips really, and then coming back up. So hands are by the ears, shoulders relaxed. You bring the arms in, you curl over, look at your navel, and then uncurl and relax. So that's quite a nice one for the upper body, just to get the upper ribs to move forward. So you're curling them over. And as you curl over with the upper ribs, look at the navel, bring your belly button in, think about pulling up inside here. Shoulders relaxed. The next one, you're going to bring the arms to the ceiling as you breathe in. Interlink your fingers. As you breathe out, lean back slightly for me. And then come back to centre. So from the side, breathe in, lengthen. Lean back. And breathe out, come back to centre. So breathing in, hips go forward. And breathing out. So as you breathe in, the hips go forward, the spine opens. And breathe out. So if we were lying on the floor, This would be preparation for the swan. We'd be pushing up through the spine and then coming back. So breathe in and breathe out. Really slowly and controlled. Letting those hips open here, but let the spine curl back and then come back to neutral. So breathing in and breathing out. And relax those shoulders. Excellent. So feet are going to go really wide again, this time with rigid legs, so triangular base. Arms are extended, shoulders relaxed. From here, I want you to just rotate. Breathing in, look behind you, breathe out back to centre, breathing in, breathing out. Now as you start to get that rotation here, try and keep the hips fixed forward. If that feels really uncomfortable with the arms extended, you can put your arms across, do the same movement. That one helps a little bit as well, filling it around the ribs. So we're just rotating, spine rotation, breathing in and breathing out. That's really good. So breathe in and breathe out. Focus on long hips, keep them long, keep the feet pressed into the floor and the shoulders relaxed as you just literally rotate the waist. Then we're going to go to the side and reach over. Come back and to the other side. So breathing in and breathing out. The legs are still straight at the knee and you're starting to open out through the side. Just leaning through. Just a little bit more flexibility through that part of the spine. And then relax. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, if you've got the wall handy, it's great to use the wall. Have your feet slightly forward from the wall, about 10 centimetres, shoulders relaxed. All I want you to do is just let your head go heavy. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just start to let the head roll down and start to come down as far as you're comfortable, and then roll back up and reset to the wall. Think about keeping the pelvis neutral, long spine, and get those tummy muscles to work. So take a deep breath in and prepare, and as you breathe out, just literally folding forward, rolling down. Breathing in and then breathing out and coming up slowly. Give the spine a chance to move back to that wall. If you don't want to use the wall, you don't have to. It's exactly the same exercise. You just literally breathe and prepare, breathe out and roll slowly down. Breathing in and coming up with control. And reset. So rolling down. And coming up with control. So breathe in and breathe out. Keep those tummy muscles engaged. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you do that 8 times, that will be really good for helping with the flexibility of your spine. But also while you're doing it, thinking about keeping those tummy muscles working, okay? You're not holding your breath, but you are holding some tension through your core. So the last one you're going to do from a roll down is we're going to actually fold over to where it's comfortable for you. And then I want you to just bend the knees slightly so you can put your hands to the ground. Walk those feet in if they're not together. We're going to squeeze the thighs and the calves together now in this position. So you have got a bend in the knee. So here, slowly straighten one and the other. Just breathe normally. Now if that feels really uncomfortable with your hands on the floor, you can put your hands on your calves. The idea is to straighten out through the back of that leg.
Okay, so with the knees soft, bring your hands around the back of the thighs and just hold that lovely stretch through the curve of the spine. Straighten the legs if you can. Bring the arms in front. Coming up slowly and controlled, open that chest, relax it down. So, really good for the core is to keep this pelvic movement here, so you can actually tilt your pelvis into the right position, find neutral spine for you. Hands back to the ears, one last curl. This time, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, curl down. Let the arms extend out, breathe out. And then just breathing normally. One hand goes down and one goes up. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Now as you're doing that movement, you're still pulling up inside, using those deep core muscles. If this makes the back of your legs really sore or ache, soften your knees, not a problem at all. From there, relax, bring the arms up and lean back and extend through. So just to finish, hands on the hips. Breathe in, lift one leg and breathe out and lower. And to the side. Back to where we started really. Don't forget you've got the chair there if you need it for support. Just start to get that movement a little bit more fluid now. And then we're going to rotate through the hip. That's not my joints, that's the floorboards. And then just let the leg circle round and the other way. And then change legs. Just let the thigh bone move in the hip socket. And change legs again. And then one that we do if you're lying on the floor is you'd be doing the forward and back scissor kick. So you can do this in standing, just to help mobility through the hips, but also connecting into your core. And then relax the shoulders. Go into a calf stretch position. So you've got the front knee over the ankle, the back heel into the ground. Lengthening through your spine with your shoulders relaxed. Hold that stretch position. Trying to lengthen the neck, relax the shoulders. Think about pulling up inside, belly button to backbone. Holding it there. 30 seconds ideally. And you can always come back and stretch again and again and again. Try and keep that back leg as straight as you can at the back of the knee. So you actually feel the stretch as you push your ankle in towards the floor, through the back of that heel. And then gently come up, exactly the same on the other leg. Get yourself into a position that's comfortable for you. If you're not secure like this, again, hold on to something, absolutely not a problem at all. So lengthening through, open the chest, relax the shoulders and think about navel to spine. Keep pushing that back leg down towards the floor, keeping the back of the knee straight, but lengthening through that heel. So you should feel that stretch right at the bottom of that leg. And the more you do this stretch, the easier it will become, and it will really help you with your walking and your flexibility. So just holding it nice and steady all the time, thinking about belly button to backbone. Use those muscles through the pelvic floor as well. Shoulders stay relaxed, and then come up. We're going to do a hamstring stretch in standing, and then I'll show it you in sitting. So in standing, you take one leg in front, you bend the back leg, and you push your weight through that back thigh and into that back heel, but the front leg stays straight. You feel the stretch here, and ideally it should come round the buttocks, down through the back of that thigh. And again, keep the chest long, shoulders relaxed, and just hold that stretch for 30 seconds. Now if that feels too easy, you can flatten the foot to the floor, you can push the bottom further back and up, and then again you can lift the toes. Have a play with the foot position to see if you can increase the stretch around here. So you're holding that again, 30 seconds minimum. Really important for your lower back to make sure you've got that good hamstring flexibility. And then you'll come up slowly. We do exactly the same on the other leg. lengthen through, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, keeping the back of the knee straight, flattening the foot if you feel more stable, lengthen and lift, so you're trying to take your bottom and your tailbone up towards the ceiling, keeping that spine long though. Make sure you don't hold your breath at all, you just try and enjoy that stretch. Just ease into it. And it does get easier the more you do this one, definitely. So when you've held that for about the count of 30, come up slowly, and I'm just going to show you on the chair just before we finish. So with a chair, a stable chair, make sure you're sitting on the front edge. Nice and tall, you're not going to lean back on the chair, you're just going to use this chair for support. Take the leg out, hold onto the chair, now lift your chest and then lean forwards, excuse me, from the hips. So you lift and you lean, so the hinge is here. As you do that, you should feel that stretch down the back of that leg. With the toes in the air, it also increases the stretch on the calves. If you relax your foot to the ground and you push the bottom further back with the hips hinged, you should feel it more on the back of the thigh. And again, you need to hold it here for 30 seconds, so just hold that stretch. Nice long spine, keep lifting up, lifting through, shoulders relaxed. And then coming up, exactly the same on the other leg, hold onto the chair for support, lift and hinge. So you're keeping the spine long, and you should feel that all the way down the back of that leg. It's a really nice stretch. Lift the toes up if you want to increase the stretch on your calf, and let the toes relax the floor if you just want to concentrate on the back of the thigh. But keep lifting here, lengthening through, hinging from that pelvis, not letting the back drop. So you've got the chair there for support, and you can just lean till you feel that stretch. Now, if you're not feeling it at all, you might need to change the position slightly that you're in, because if you lift up tall and push back, you should feel this stretch in the back of your thigh. Again, 30 seconds. From there, standing tall, just get rid of the chair. And just to finish, just relax everything off. Just let the spine rotate. Figure of 8, ease everything gently, heel to toe, wake up those ankles, let the legs have a little bit of a wiggle, wiggling's good, shoulders relaxed, and just breathe in, and breathe out, staying as tall as you can. You really lengthen your spine. Last one. So these are some standing exercises that will help you with your core. You can do them anywhere, anytime. Just make sure you feel safe. You've got support if you need it. And just try to do the exercises regularly. The more you do them, the easier they'll become. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you're staying safe and taking care. Bye for now.